A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the midweek edition of the show. We are happy to welcome you to the midweek experience on Sports Tonight this beautiful day. My name is Tony Ibitoye. Let me just quickly introduce to you my partners on the show tonight. Onye Wuchimwachuku is to my immediate right. Tunde Koiki is also on the show tonight. And let's just tell you very quickly that tonight the show will have a slightly different tone. We just dashed into the studios about a minute ago because we've all also obviously been following that live game between Bafana Bafana of South Africa and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You know the result already. South Africa 0, Nigeria 0. Well, somehow the record continues. Nigeria escaping defeat in South Africa in every game we've played, every competitive game, but then we didn't get a win. What do you feel about it? Let's tell you that on the program tonight we will be very active, we will be very interactive on social media, and we want you to be a part of it. So we want to start by telling you to take advantage of the platforms that we have on Sports Tonight. You know the platforms already, on Facebook, on Twitter. You know how you can reach us on Sports Tonight. So please get ready to be a part of all that we'll be doing on the program tonight. So please take advantage of it. Give us your own opinion. What do you feel about the game that just ended? The Super Eagles of Nigeria went to Cape Town. They went, they saw, but they didn't conquer. But they were not beaten. So it depends on how you see it. Give us your opinion to these issues via Facebook, channels, iPhone Sports. And of course, if you want to tweet at us, the handles are there on your screen at channels_sports. And of course, at Tony Ibitoye. It's also there on your screen. But let's also tell you as well that we're going to be doing something extra tonight. We can pick your calls for the first 30 minutes of this show. We will love to hear your voice. Tell us what you feel about it. But let's also tell you that as you try to reach us, you have to mute your audio and let our conversation just be via the telephone alone. And then let us keep it simple. Let us make it as short as possible. And if you want to reach us from wherever part of the city, of the country you want to reach us from, you have to reach us on this phone number. I'm just going to be showing on your screen as well as we go on. 012121587. Let me read through that number once again. 012121587. It's going to be showing on your screen as we go along. That's the phone number you can reach us on Sports Tonight. Tell us what you feel about the game and how the Eagles can stay in touch with Congo and of course South Africa in the race to Morocco 2015. All right. Let's also tell you that later on the show, we will be discussing the Nigerian situation and a whole lot more on Sports Tonight this midweek. But before your calls come in and before we begin to read your reactions, let me ask my panel in the studios with me, Onye Wuchimwachuku, Tunde. You guys saw the game. Let's start with the result that we got from this game. What can you say of the result, Onye? We didn't lose. We got a point. Some people felt we should have gone for 3 points. But leaving South Africa with a point, how do you see it?
So yeah, I think maybe I could say it's an average result. But it's better than losing. Because if we lose, then it means that South Africa would have had 6 points and we'll have no points. So for me, the goalless result is good for us because the next game will be in October. We'll play Sudan, and if we can pick up from where we stop, let us give these guys some benefit of the doubt. They played on Saturday, and 4 days later they are in South Africa. They played, and some of these players, I know that Tunde may not.
Don't worry, don't bother about Tunde.
Some of these players, you know, for instance, I know that Kenneth Omeru was given an extended break.
A lot of these guys got extended break.
They didn't take part in pre-season, and it showed in the way they played. This is not the Omero that we used to know. This is not the Obabana that we used to know, even Efe Ambrose and Chejile. So let's hope that by October, these guys would have peaked in fitness and in form. But as it is now, it's better than losing. Because if we had lost, the situation would have been terrible.
Okay, we have our first caller on the line. Today, you've been nodding your head in disagreement to all that Onye has been saying. But before we take your call, Ralph is waiting on the line from Owerri. Ralph, what can you tell us, Ralph? You saw the game. What do you think about the game and the results?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Ralph.
Okay, good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Yeah.
Fine, thank you.
I want to come a little bit of you. The scripture says, haughty spirit and a pride comes before a great fall. I think Keshi needs to humble himself and calmly, if not quietly, go back and get Ikechikuchi. Remove this, your Raymond disease and all these packs of people he's experimenting with. You see, my fear is this. So many things happen in Nigeria and we take them for granted. The only unifying factor we have that is existing in Nigeria now is football, if not sport. The issue of my problem is the way the Nigerians treat me. Who cares? Coach Nigerian football. Whether you come on sports, they cost your mother and cost your father. It does not make any sense.
Well, Ralph, let's go quickly to the point. What do you make of the point in South Africa? Good result, bad result. What do you think is the way forward?
The bad result and the way forward is when KT started making bad selections. Last week, we lost to Congo because MNK came 5-10 minutes late to camp. And as a result of that, your pride started showing. You dropped him behind. Tomorrow, if whoever, I don't know,
okay,
looks at you and...
Ralph, we have a lot of callers waiting on the line to get across to us.
Nigerian game.
You've made your point, Ralph.
Humble himself.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, Ralph, thank you. We don't want you to take too much time on the line so that others can also have a chance to contribute on Sports Tonight. So then let me get your thoughts very quickly. What do you feel about the results and what can we do before our next game in a few weeks?
My honest opinion, I think it was a very bad result. My honest opinion. I think this was a game that the Super Eagles needed to win in order to restore confidence and to put our Nations Cup ambitions back on track. The fact that we didn't win was painful. The fact that we also put up another shambolic performance, another clueless, wasteful performance was also particularly painful for me. When you mentioned something about how, they played on Saturday and playing 4 days later, for the love of God, other teams across Africa played on Saturday and now playing 4 days later. Burkina Faso, who won at home on Saturday, they were defeating Angola away 3-0 this same day. So it's just a case of one bad performance following another. If the team cannot rise above their current inadequacies, then we are in serious trouble.
I've been told that the line you can reach us on, I gave you the wrong number before, but the right number is on your screen. But let me just read it out for you. 012206842 is showing on your screen. 012206842. You can reach us on that line. And please, make it simple and short because our producer tells us that a lot of callers are on the line trying to get across to us. So please just make it simple, straight to the point, and just give your points, and let's move on so that we can pick as many calls as possible in this first part of Sports Tonight. Well, Tunde, this is the South African team that came from a 3-0 away win. And they came into this game high on confidence against a Nigerian team that came from a defeat at home. So you are going to expect that the confidence battered in Calabar will need some time to be built up again in a football game. And so a lot of people will look at that and say, look, getting a point in this game keeps you in the race, which is very key at this point in time.
For any other team, that would be an excellent excuse, but not for Nigeria.
But then take a look at Nigeria.
You are African champions.
Tunde,
you have to play like champions.
That's a
title. You are condemned to put up
Tunde,
a performance worthy of champions.
Look at the individual players in the team and look at how active they've been and how fit they are. We saw how poor it was. Is this an improvement on what we saw against Congo in terms of the players chasing the ball, closing down the opponents, and winning the ball? Is what today's game an improvement on what we saw against Congo on Saturday?
Well,
let me ask